So today I want to tell you about the game Pergola. And this game to me is such a delight. It's from the same publisher as Meadow, which is a game that I really enjoy. The artwork is beautiful. It is an action selection game. It's really puzzly. You're trying to get everything to its most efficient so that you can get the most points and use things in the smartest way possible. But it's tricky because there are a lot of options, but within those options, the base level is only going to score you so much, and you kind of have to branch out each of those options in order to really score a lot of points, but you can't do it all. You have 15 turns and then it's time to score. So let me show you about this game. So first of all, you have all of these amazing resources that are here. Everything is organized so well. This is where you have all of your different insects and all of the different flowers that you are going to be adding to your garden. And then right here in the center is the pond, and as you can see, there are dragonflies out on it. And every player will have a cute little frog in their color, and the frog gets the opportunity to hop around the pond collecting resources, which are sometimes these insects, and if you've met criteria, you can get these bigger dragonflies, which is one of the ways to score points at the end of the game. So every turn, you have this little board out here, and it plays 1 to 4 players. So depending on player count, if you're playing a 1 or a 2 player game, you just have these 2 colors of tools. If you're playing a 3 player game, you add in a 3rd color. And if you're playing a 4 player game, you do all 4 colors of the tools, and they go in here, and they're going to come out in order. So you will first start out with the green tools, and they are going to be laid out just like this. And on each tool, as you can see, there are some items on there. So this says I would get a lavender leaf and then a buttercup, I believe is the flower on that. Anyway, so when it's your turn, you take one of the tools and you collect the items that it shows and add those to your garden. And then everyone has a little pot that looks like this. So before the game starts, this will have all of your player specific pieces inside. And then when you are done with it, you put it here. And this also serves as your timer. Once this is full, you'll know you've taken the designated number of turns and the game is over and it's time for scoring. After I take my turn, in addition to what it shows on the tool, I also get to take the action that is down here. So you're not only taking things based on what you want on here, but also potentially because you want the action down here. Everything slides down, and it is now the next player's turn. So this is how it will go, and that's why when you play with more or higher player counts, you have more tools because we're still getting the same number of turns. So that's how that piece of it works. Let's look now at what each player is doing. So you have several pieces. You have your waterfall, which is over here, and you have these 2 little water drops that are going to be moving down the waterfall. That's one of your actions, and as it does so, you are going to be collecting insects along the way. Insects are a big deal in this game. You then have your pergola board, which have these little honey pots on them. And as you get designated number of bees, you can flip these over and they're going to get you some bonus points at the end of the game. The most you can ever get flipped over in a game is 3 out of the 4. So you can never get all of the bonuses there. So your board is set up like this. And then this is your main garden area. This is where the majority of the flowers that you get are going to come in here, and the insects are going to go on all of those flowers. So you also get this, which is going to tell you at the end of the game how every flower and every insect is going to score, so you can see throughout the game all of your options. So by the end of the game, you're going to have flowers over here, and they might have bees on them, which is lovely. You're going to have different numbers of hollyhocks down here arranged by color, and the more sets of each color you get, the more points you're going to get for those. You're going to have butterflies on your hollyhocks, and the higher up your butterflies are, the more points you can get there. And one of your action options is to move insects around your garden. You are going to be growing magnolias, and they will kind of branch out in different ways, and you're going to be getting ladybugs on your magnolias, and the more ladybugs you get in the same row the more points each one will score you. And then you have your lavender leaves that you're going to be putting out, and your lavender is going to bloom, which will also attract bees. Bees on your lavender plants just get you straight points. Bees over here in your pergola get you points as well as honey. So you have to kind of decide which do I want more, because lavender itself is going to get you more points if it's full. But in your pergola, if you're going to get bonuses, and the bees can fly around because they're insects. You also have this leaf board, which is here. And it is, when you take your birdhouse action, you can get an insect and add it to your garden. And sometimes you can get an insect and move another one around your garden. And the leaves come in different colors. If you can get one in every color, you're gonna get some points that way. So like I said, there's a lot of ways to score points, and you can't necessarily neglect any one thing, but you also have to decide which ones you're gonna go in on more heavily, because in order to get the most points, you do have to try and maximize some of that. So I love Pergola. It's puzzly, it's beautiful, there's a lot going on, the components are high quality. It's like someone went into my brain and took all of the things I love about a board game and put it into this one. So I would love to know if you have played it. What do you think of it? Give me a like and a follow, and I'll keep bringing you more board game content. Thanks. Bye.